Using cell ranges and formulas. In Excel, groups of cells are called ranges. The cell groups are either continuous or non-continuous. You can name, define ranges, change the size of ranges after you define them, and use name range in formulas. The name box and the name manager help you keep track of the name ranges and their cell addresses. You can also use the paste names command to create a list of name ranges and their addresses in a worksheet. Naming a range. When you refer to the same cell range over and over, it might be more convenient to give it a name. Excel recognizes the name as a cell range and uses the values in those cells to do what you specify. For instance, if you have a series of sales figures in a column, instead of referring to them as the range C4, C10, you can name them cells Q3. Anytime you use the name cells Q3 in a formula, Excel would then use the values in those cells. So we're going to use the 4 Budget Ranges workbook, and we're going to click Enable Content if prompted, and if a message box is displayed, click Continuous. Click Yes if prompted to make a file a trusted document. Click the Expense Detail Sheets tab. Select B3 through D14. In the left of the formula bar, click the name box. Type a one-word name for the list, such as Q1 expenses. And then press Enter. The range name appears in the name box. Excel saves this name and uses it in any subsequent references to this range. An alternative way to name a range is to use the New Name dialog box. Select B16 through M16. Click the Formulas tab, and then in the Define Names group, click Define Names. The New Name dialog box opens. Excel uses the row heading as the range name, shown in the Name text box. You can change the name if you'd like. For this exercise, leave the default name. Click the Scope drop-down arrow. Your options are Workbook, Expense Details, and Summary. The last two entries correspond to the individual sheets in the workbook. Select Workbook. Type a comment in the comment text box if you like. Leave the reference that appears in the Refers to text box. This is the range you selected. Notice that the sheet name is also included automatically. Click OK, and the name Unity's Subtotals is saved for the range B16 through M16. A third way to name a range is to use the Create Name from Sections dialog box. Select N2 through N14. This section includes the column heading label. On the Formulas tab, in the Define Names group, click Create from Selection. The Create Names from Selection dialog box opens. Excel determines that you want to use the column heading label as the range name. Click OK. The range is saved with the name total. Click the Name box drop-down arrow. You have 3 name ranges from which to select. Press Escape to close the list.